Hello, this is Patrick with New Jersey's Outdoor Adventures YouTube channel, here with Jerry McCarty with Jerry's Custom Vans. He's back on the channel again. Today he's going to give us a tour of his latest creation, a Ram ProMaster camper van. So join us. Hello, Jerry, and welcome back to New Jersey Outdoor Adventures.
Hi, I'm Jerry with Jerry's Custom Vans. I'd like to invite you in to see my latest creation. I've taken a 2019 Ram ProMaster high top, non-extended, and converted it into a camper van. It has a front swivel passenger seat, a wet shower, center galley, with a rear seating area that converts into a bed. Well, I'd like to show you inside the things that we have here. In the front here, a diesel heater. That's a 12 volt that runs from a diesel tank that's in the back. We'll see later. It blows out here, and it's powerful enough to warm the whole cab. We created the box to continue with a little storage area, so you have somewhere to put your feet from the swivel. We have the vinyl LVP floor that's fully insulated underneath. Trimmed it out. We used butcher block acacia wood for the top, and just pretty much just polyurethaned it. I made the cabinets with maple plywood and sanded it and used a cabinet-based paint that holds up much better than regular semi-gloss paint. We have the pull-around curtain that closes up at night for privacy, as well as we have magnetic blinds to put on the side and the back windows for privacy at night. We have the swivel seat that easily swivels back and forth. In my builds, I like to include a wet bath, and it has a Nautilus shower door, and then we keep the cassette toilet in there, which can come out and be placed anywhere. We have a cedar mat that so you're not stepping right on the floor there where the water runs out. You have a place for your shampoo and conditioner, and this is tile and FRP vinyl. It's all watertight. We have a light, and then we have the hooks here for any additional things that you might need for that. In the back, when we open this up, we'll see that it has a 20-gallon water tank that's on top, over top of the wheel well, that's there. And then we do have for hot water, it's a heat exchange water heater that actually runs from the heater hoses from the engine to heat the water, and it has an electric backup. You could do it either way. And so with the electric, the hot water heater takes most of the energy. So to start the engine and run it through that, heating the hot water is a more efficient way to heat your water. We have an extra switch to be able to shut off the pump if you need to do that. We have a ball valve that empties the gray water tank. That's also 20-gallon. And of course you can see the gauge here that tells you how full the tank is. We have a water purifying system here on the cold water, and then we have the sink, and the top can work as a cutting board with that. Along with that, we have an induction cooktop that easily stores away when you're done. You turn on the inverter in order to use that, and then you simply just store it away. When you're done, you have more counter space, and then even more counter space because the cutting board covers the sink area. A couple little shelves, salt and pepper shakers, other things that fit in there. It also has a USB hookup here for the where the outlets are. And this is the on and off switch for the diesel heater. Pretty simple. It's just a dial, on and off. Dial it up or down depending on the heat you want to use. This is lap joint roof that's fully insulated on the ceiling and also the walls. and change the color up for a little contrast. And also have a chest, fridge, and freezer. You can see it's set at 37 degrees. And it keeps can work as an either freezer or a fridge. And then it easily disconnects from back here. All you do is just pull this out, and you're not using power when you don't need it. We have Max Air fan that's manual. Simply opens up, turns on with a touch of a button. It's reversible. Wait for it. There you go. And then it blows it in. Nice and cool air today. In the back here we have a Fresh-Air air conditioner that runs on water. Just at the touch of the button, it draws water from the fresh water tank, and it drops the temperature anywhere from 10 to 30 degrees depending on the humidity level. The more humid it is, the less efficient it works, but it'll definitely cool you off in those nights where you need to sleep where it's hot. This is the display for the Victron solar controller that shows how many watts we have in the batteries, powered by two 175 watt solar panels that are on the roof, total 350, that power the three 100 amp hour batteries, AGM, that powers the 2000 watt inverter. Above that we have the carbon monoxide alarm in case it's needed, and you always want something for protection with that. Above that we have our cabinets that have the pistons to hold these up, it brings them down nice and tight, and shelf here. We have them on both sides for plenty of storage. If you notice, the back floor is raised 6 inches, so we could have storage underneath, which we have a drawer front and back, as well as if we needed to pass wires or water lines between this area, it gives you room for that. We also have my control panel here that gives my breakers and my fuses. The nice thing about these fuses is that when they burn out, the light comes on so you know which one is out. On the back here we have the switch for the shower, so to get up at night it's right there handy, and then the inverter turns on just by the flip of a switch here, and you want to make sure you turn that off when you're not using the outlets. As you can see, the swivel table is made by a company named Lagoon. I put it in all my builds. It allows it to swivel and to go up and down, and it makes it easy for transitioning to a bed. I had the cushions professionally done by an upholsterer with 4-inch memory foam, and it's comfortable to sleep on, to sit and to sleep on. In order to convert this to a bed, simply remove the table from its vertical arm, and then the arm stores in the table mount itself. It sits down here. We remove that back cushion. The other cushions come off their hooks, they pull out, and it becomes a bed. In the back I have a removable box that you also can do for storage, and this goes over top. You could also, if you're doing it opposite, put it on this end to face out. Okay, in this bench is the water systems. I put an extra cover here so it's easier for storage, not pushing down on the water lines. This is a 6-gallon heat exchange water heater. As you can see, the black hoses that come through here, they're warm now because I was driving, and it heats the water that's in here. It's also can be powered without the engine running by electric, by turning on the inverter. And then the red and the blue are the hot and the cold respectively, and then the drains for this. It also has a winterizer, so you can bypass the tank, empty the tank, without having to fill the whole tank with antifreeze. This powered by the pump here that runs the shower and the sink. And then this comes out, and you'll have a lever here that'll allow you to drain the water tank. It'll also allow you to use the pump to pull antifreeze through the system from the back. Okay. And this fits right in here, and this is the 20-gallon water tank. Okay, this is my electrical area, and you have my 3 AGM batteries, the back of the fuses and the breaker box. We have the relay switch for when you're hooked up to shore power, the solar controller. These are all in breakers. This is also a solenoid that runs because while the engine's running, it's also powering the batteries in addition to the solar with a kill switch right here. And my 2,000 watt inverter. Isolated this off, compressed it area so there's more storage here, that so it's not putting your stuff on top of the batteries. Now let me take you around back so I can show you the back storage where the diesel tank is and the extra storage from the back. It's the shore power hookup here. And opening the back, we have a USB connection for your phone at night if you want. This is just another access instead of lifting the lid to the storage area. We have a 24-inch deep drawer. This is the drain for the freshwater tank and the access point for the winterization antifreeze. Right here is the diesel fuel. This simply comes out when you're at the pump. You set it on the ground, open it up. It's vented so that the fumes don't go out, but it lets air in. You fill it up, make sure it's clean. If anything spills, it's all out here instead of inside. Simply set this back in here. Carefully store the hose, and you're off and running. Box moves here. Simply comes out. And you could put it on the other end or not use it at all. You would need it in here for the bed though. The reason why I chose this floor plan where the shower's in the front, it's open, you don't feel cramped, you have space, and it's out of the way, especially when you have more than one person in a van. You're not bumping into each other as much as you would if you were in a tighter situation. On the outside here, the fill for the fresh water, simply here. You can simply spin your hose onto here. I recommend that you have a little connection for $5. You can get it at Home Depot that screws it right in. Then you can turn it, listen for it. And because it's vented, if you're overfilling it, it just spills out onto the ground. And then you see here that this is the exhaust for the diesel heater. Comes out. There's an air fill that goes a different direction, and this goes this way, so the fumes are not mixed. On the other side, we have the drain for the gray water tank that's operated by a switch under the sink. It's two 10-gallon tanks that are mounted here, and this is wired, and you could either just pour it out onto the ground because it is just gray water, or you can hook up a hose to it and put it in a container, however you'd like.
Jerry, thank you very much for taking the time to meet back up with us today to show us your newest creation. Now, from what I understand is you build out the van. So you buy the chassis, you do the build, and then you sell them afterwards. You're not building these to a customer's specifications?
That's correct. I come up with the idea of what I think would be out there. I build it. I can take my time, and then there's always somebody that wants it. So I just continue with that philosophy.
Now, remember from our last video, a very similar van, some of the similar materials, but I've seen some nice improvements and innovations. I noticed the battery size went up.
Yes, I realized that, especially with the water heater and other things, in the refrigerator, it was pulling a little bit too much on just 200 amp hour batteries, and so I decided to go up a notch, and it seems to have definitely worked. I haven't had any trouble at all. With the other build, it took a little while to, I couldn't run everything at the same time. And you never really want to run everything at the same time anyway, but you want to be as efficient with the power as you can be.
Now, from what I understand, this van is almost done, and you're going to be listing it online for sale. How are our viewers going to be able to find it?
It's going to be listed on Van Life Trader, Facebook Marketplace, and you can message me on Instagram and or on Facebook, and be glad to talk with you about it.
So if our viewers wanted to follow you along on your next build, how are they going to follow you on Facebook and Instagram?
Jerry's Custom Vans on Instagram.
Jerry, thank you very much. Looking forward to meeting up with you again, showcasing your next build. Well, this is Patrick with New Jersey's Outdoor Adventures YouTube channel. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like this video, comment, share, and subscribe. I'd love it, and we'll see you soon.